Namaste, welcome. Today we have a special dance style to talk about. As you know, in this paper, it's a special new paper introduced, I think, in the dance studies of the master's degree for the first time, that we are looking into the creativity, the creative process that has happened to Indian classical dance, all classical dance styles after Indian independence. We are putting pre and post independence because before that the dance was nurtured and presented as part of the ritual worship to the gods and as an entertainment to the kings. But after 1950s, after independence, 40s actually, 30s, 40s, that it came on the proscenium stage and it has become an art activity. And in that area, the whole perception to dance has changed. So we are looking into, and also now it is an absolutely accepted norm in dance that there is creativity and there is change. Nothing has remained as it was, but still the core, the heart is the same. And it is to be or not to be, that thin line which is happening now. And so we are looking into each and every dance style, how this process has taken place in a solo form, in the traditional form, how the contemporary use of that form is done for groups or for solos by so many creators, so many people, so many artists who are trying their best to enhance and take forward the dance styles. So we are going to look today at Mohiniyattam, and who are these people in Mohiniyattam who have really made a strong contribution. Mohiniyattam is an enchanting, lascia-rich, lyrical and sensuous classical dance form of Kerala. It is well known in all corners of India and most of the world, as its exponents and teachers are settled everywhere, and many of them have been experimenting with tradition in major innovative ways. Mohiniyattam has now identified and acknowledged 4 schools of dance as it is practiced today, that is the Kala Mandalam, that is Kerala Kala Mandalam school, Kalyani Kutti Amma school, Dr. Kanak Rele style, and Srimati Bharati Sivaji style. All the schools have different approaches to the style of Mohiniyattam, but they are unified in their approach to the base and structure of the dance. A lot of innovations were also done, but within the parameters over the period, and the parameters go on expanding. It has plenty of room to expand. Over the period of evolution of more than 3 centuries, Mohiniyattam has gone through a renaissance many times, punctured by periods of decadence and non-activity. It had a renaissance under Swati Tirunal, then again at Kalamandalam by its founder Vallathol Narayan Menon, who catapulted its center stage during the 1930s. Now, dynamic innovations are being brought in by its current practitioners. Kerala has many traditional and ritualistic art forms, I think perhaps the highest number in India compared to any other Indian states. Kathakali and Kudiyattam, being male dominated, naturally enjoyed more popularity and for a long while. Unfortunately, Mohiniyattam was sidelined, but thanks to the structure laid down by dancer scholars such as Kalyanikutti Amma, Kala Mandalam Satyabhama, and efforts of people like Bharati Sivaji and Srimati Kanakrele, the face of Mohiniyattam has changed. For a number of years, Mohiniyattam was only performed as part of other larger choreographies, but now this lovely dance has the strength to stand on its own for a full performance, both nationally and abroad. Though Vallathol almost single-handedly brought back the various classical dance forms of Kerala and tried to document, conserve and popularize them at Kerala Kalamandalam, the repertoire of Mohiniyattam remained limited and was largely a derivative of Bharatanatyam. Kerala Kalamandalam was started by Vallathol, who was a reformer who found traces of Mohiniyattam long before the appearance of Shilapatikaram due to the mention of Chakyars of Kerala, a royal dynasty. While such explorers such as Pisharoti stated that the dance had 600 years of history, Kanakrele insists that the aspects of the female dance discussed in Balaram Bharata must be referred to Mohiniyattam because the hastas described therein differ from the descriptions of Hasta Lakshana Deepika, another important treatise related to the Kathakali tradition. Maharaja Swati Tirunal, influenced by Dasiyattam, ordered his courier Karutedatta Chomitiri to popularize this style under the name Mohiniyattam. After Tirunal's death, the British authorities sent everything that was left from the tradition of solo female dance art to central Kerala. That is why when Vallathol and Mukundaraja began to reconstruct the Kerala dance, the solo female dance did not correspond to their high cultural standards. The British colonel Monroe imposed an official ban on Mohiniyattam in Travancore and Cochin states. Kavalam Pannikar Narayan and other authors worked hard on creating modern music for Mohiniyattam with the purpose of giving it a completely local sound. Neither excessive slow theatre music of Kathakali nor stylized ritual music of traditions like Mudiyattu that appeal to the awe-inspiring aspect of goddess Bhagavati did not correspond to the music of Mohiniyattam, the dance of seduction. The geometry of motions and the basic technique of Mohiniyattam reflect the unforgettable images of Kerala nature, cocoa palm leaves weaving in the wind, boats rocking on water and creating patterns from radiating circles. This is the endless source of energy, unrolling spirally like gradually awoken Kundalini Shakti, that is the sleeping energy, crawling up the spinal column. Guru Madhavi Amma and Guru Krishna Panikkar are considered the acknowledged professionals that taught in Kerala Kalamandalam in 1930s. Kalyanikutti Amma too joined Kerala Kalamandalam in 1930s. When Vallathol persuaded her to dance the Mohiniyattam, there were several social prejudices working against this dance form. She even abstained from her sister's wedding so that the bridegroom's relatives did not have a wrong impression of the bride's family. In 1940, after a humble wedding ceremony with a Kathakali maestro, Krishna Nair, Kalyanikutti Amma settled in Tripunithura, where in 1958 she found her own school with her husband. With her reserved Andolika and original expression, Kalyanikutti Amma perhaps unconsciously gave Mohiniyattam the accuracy of Bharatanatyam. Kalyani Kuttiamma was one of the earliest Kalamandalam teachers about 1933-34 and choreographed a number similar to Tarana and call it Hindustani. Kalyani Kuttiamma, upon Rabindranath Tagore's request, even went to Shanti Niketan to teach this style, where she stayed till the end of her life. There were other female dancers as well. Kalpuratte Kunjukuttiamma trained under the team of teachers Gopal Pannikar, Kunjan Pannikar, Krishna Menon, and Puliyankotte Aschyutan Nair. She performed a sari dance as a prelude to the Varnam. Dancers like Tochicheri Chinnammu Amma, Thankamani, who later became guru of Mohiniyattam, Gopinath's wife, were extremely elegant performers. However, Kerala Kalamandalam stayed in the strict isolation from other schools and recognized no other style besides its own. It is even rejected Kalyani Kuttiamma's approach. Perhaps that is why students of Kerala Kalamandalam such as Kshemavati, Sugandi, Himavati, Sarasvati and Satyabhama are only known in Kerala. The first dancer to do historical research on Mohiniyattam based on the material available was Betty True Jones from the United States, who came to Kerala Kalamandalam in 1959 along with her husband Dr. Clifford R. Jones. A few decades later, Brigitte Chattignier from France became enchanted by the lyrical grace and poetic movements of Mohiniyattam. She reached Kalamandalam in 1987 and was under the tutelage of Kalamandalam Leelamma for 3 years with a scholarship from Indian Council for Cultural Relations, that is ICCR. Her training in Mohiniyattam continued under Kalamandalam Kshemavati. Wanting to explore the stylistic differences congenital to dance traditions, Brigitte became the disciple of Devi, Rajappan, Nirmala Panikkar, Bharati, Sivaji and the like. In 1995, she, with her Kathakali trained husband Michel, founded the Prana Company in France to promote Indian performing arts and contemporary forms. Brigitte has successfully facilitated several cultural exchanges programs between France and Kerala and has also made a documentary film on Mohiniyattam, which was directed by Adur Gopalakrishnan. The film primarily aims at experiencing the dance rather than dissecting it intellectually. It juxtaposes the life of women on and off stage. The film is on Mohiniyattam and not on the individual styles of the performance. Tara Rajkumar, a Kathakali and Mohiniyattam dancer who studied at such gurus as Krishna Nair and Kalyani Kuttiamma, has been successfully running an enterprise Natya Sudha in Melbourne, where Indians and Australians study both styles together. And who does not know Padma Bhushan Dr. Kanak Rele in this world of dance, of art? She is a performer from Mumbai, is head of the Nalanda Dance Research Center, which she founded in 1966, and Nalanda Nritya Kala Mahavidyalaya, which she established in 1972, which is affiliated to the Bombay University, and both are striking examples of her flair for pioneering work. According to her, she gave aesthetic completeness to Mohiniyattam due to her work with such dancers as Kunju Kuttiamma and Chinna Muramma, who she met when their flourishing years had just been over. A Mohiniyattam performance by Kanak Rele bears the trace of Kathakali, for she has come through the severe training of Guru Panchali Karunakara Panikkar. Panchali Panikkar became famous for his soft femininity in Kathakali performance, and his dance is no way contradicted to the attractive elegance of Mohiniyattam. Rayleigh's tries with Mohiniyattam began when the dance was plagued by all sorts of dirty insinuations. The dancer received a grant from the Sangeet Natak Academy that enabled her to ferret out what was left of its roots. Later, using a grant from Ford Foundation, she filmed all the surviving exponents, including Kunjukutti Amma, Chinnammu Amma, and Kalyani Kutti Amma in 1970-71. Dr. Rayleigh claims this documentation is the most authentic, as except for Kalyani Kutti Amma. The two others were octogenarians and had given up dancing, living in the interior villages of Kerala, so their styles were unaffected by the winds of change and modernization. By analyzing in detail the audio and film documentation against the backdrop of Natya Shastra, Hastar Lakshana Deepika, and Balaram Bharatam, she formulated an esoteric style known as the Kanak-Rayleigh school. This school was built on her version of a strong theoretical foundation of kinesthetics based on body kinetics and formed after working with experts from various disciplines including medical science. She believed that aesthetics of a dance form sprang from the land of its origin and therefore used Sopana Sangeetam for her choreography. The themes of dances choreographed by her are always from mythology, though she has an uncanny ability to contemporize them. The Ministry of External Affairs has acquired Nritya Bharati, a documentary of the 7 Indian classical dances produced by Nalanda, as the official capsule for all Indian missions abroad. Dr. Kanak-Rayleigh described the Indian concept of Abhinaya as the most beautiful and complete language of movements through which the Indian dancer provides the concrete manifestation of the inner state and vision of his or her existence, of the truth of all experiences by art. Poet, lyricist and theatre director Kavalan Narayan Panikkar has been pivotal in the efforts of dancers such as Kanak-Rayleigh to revisit the repertoire of Mohiniyattam by anchoring on Sopana Sangeetam, the temple music tradition of Kerala. The Sopana style of Mohiniyattam, performed by a group of young dancers under the laudable guidance of Kalamandalam Sugandi at Changam Puja Park in Edapalli as part of Navaratri celebrations, underpinned the changing attitude of dancers to the bold and innovative ideas of Kavalam. Unless this eye-catching dance form is liberated from the clutches of the Carnatic classical music, its identity is at stake, he said. Kavalam noted with a sense of pride that his musical interpretations were finding favor with senior dancers like Sugandi. Dr. Bharati Sivaji and Vijayalakshmi. Bharati ji undertook research in Mohiniyattam at the persuasion of late Kamala Devi Chattopadhyay under a Sangeet Natak Academy fellowship scheme, and now she has become synonymous with the dance. She is the founder of the Center for Mohiniyattam, New Delhi. Bharati Sivaji, famous for her elegant presentations, has danced Bharatanatyam for many years before devoting herself to Mohiniyattam. With the support from Guru Kavalam Narayan Panikkar, she significantly widened the range of expressive means of the style by borrowing motions from such traditions as Thullal, Kaikottikali, Tayambakam and Krishnattam. Bharati's daughter Vijayalakshmi is acknowledged as one of the most eminent exponents of this dance form today. a unique combination of a researcher and a performer. Vijayalakshmi has endeavored to take Mohiniyattam to higher levels by constantly exploring uncharted territories and expanding traditional boundaries through innovative choreography inspired from a pan-Indian and global perspective. As a result, Vijayalakshmi has carved a distinct niche for herself and has played a significant role in rejuvenation of Mohiniyattam. Her productions include Unnircha, inspired from Kalaripayattu, the ancient martial art form, Swan Lake, inspired from the great Russian composer Tchaikovsky's music, and Paryapti, which draws upon the rich cultural ethos and music of Bengal. The alluring beauty of Mohiniyattam combines naturally with the lyrical and dramatic music of Swan Lake. It marks the coming together of two great classical traditions in a seamless flow, appealing to the global audience. Recognized as a landmark in the realm of dance, Swan Lake in Mohiniyattam explores the idiom of Mohiniyattam via the completely different genre of Western classical music and highlights the natural affinity that Western ballet and Mohiniyattam share in terms of content, technique, and spirit. The haunting music of Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake, which Vijayalakshmi chanced upon during a performance tour of the former USSR, made an indelible impression that eventually culminated into one of her most challenging and fulfilling choreographies to date. In 2005, she prepared a mega Mohiniyattam presentation based entirely on Tchaikovsky's music. A larger scale production like this, involving 30 dancers, had never been attempted in the realm of Indian classical dance. It has been presented at the Bolshoi Theatre as well. With an aim of taking Mohiniyattam to global audiences, Vijayalakshmi agreed to become a part of the 8-minute 3D film Carmen, which fused the Indian classical dance form with Western music. The film features Vijayalakshmi in her traditional costume, with jasmine flowers in her hair, performing the classical dance to the Habankra from French composer Georges Bizet's popular opera Carmen. Directed by Sarah and Urs Bohr, the film is about a woman who arrives late for an audition. There is a man accompanying her who handles all her work and is also her lover. Under the pressure to perform well, the woman looks at herself in the mirror and says, "I am responsible for what I am." On what inspired her to take up the project, Vijayalakshmi says, Mohiniyattam has rarely been shown in 3D. Also, the story of Carmen suited the performance since it was about an attractive gypsy woman, and the word Mohini in Mohiniyattam also refers to a woman who enchants onlookers. Interestingly, the film was shot in a day's time at Los Angeles Metabolic Studio. Russian danseuses Olga Stolirova, an ICCR scholarship student, and Manjula Murthy represent Dr. Bharati Sivaji School. The annual dance festival, the Mohiniyattam Collective, held in New Delhi, featured Russian dancers Alexandra Vodopionova and Olga Stolirova. While it was Alexandra's first performance in India, Olga has been performing in the country for a decade. This festival was conceived and presented by the Center for Mohiniyattam (CFM) to highlight the global outreach of the dance form. Alexandra has been training under the tutelage of Vijayalakshmi since last 3 years. Vijayalakshmi is daughter of, as we saw earlier, Bharati ji. While in Moscow, she trains with Angelina Huck, an avid Russian Mohiniyattam exponent. Alexandra also teaches at the Jawaharlal Nehru Cultural Center in Moscow. It is an exotic dance form for us. It is characterized by fluid body movements. The languorous rise and fall of body, with an emphasis on torso, demands a lot of flexibility and rigorous practice. She explains the essence of the dance form. It is this very feminine and graceful essence of this classical dance from Kerala that Angelina and Olga portray. Dressed in pristine white sari with golden brocade border, adorning traditional jewelry and fresh jasmine flowers arranged around a hair bun on the left side of the head. They have truly surpassed cultural and geographical boundaries to embrace the enchanting dance form of Mohiniyattam. Apart from solo performances, Alexandra loves doing group choreographies because it allows her to work with space and time, how to utilize space and make patterns with time. So far, she has done 4. The first was Rituranga in 2000, with which she integrated Malayali culture with Bengali culture. So she chose Rabindra Sangeet and Sopanam music of Kerala as the music for Kalidas's Ritu Samhar and compositions of Tagore. She presented it all over India and abroad to much appreciation. Shala Bhanjika, the second one, is a twist to Ahalya Moksham legend of Ramayana and based on a short story by C.P. Unnikrishnan. Then she did a group choreography on Kalidas's Vikramorvashiyam, and her latest is Pancha Mahabhuta on the 5 ethereal elements. It is based on the Saundarya Lahari of Shankaracharya and Taittiriya Upanishad, which explains the union of matter with energy as it manifested in the 5 elements. So, as you see, Mohiniyattam is also taking quick and very fast leaps into the dance creativity. Namaste.